So I want to talk about what else a big ego can mean, or when people you having the most in your shadow. You know how they say brown women are at the bottom, right? Brown women are at the bottom. Well, what places you at the bottom though? What places you at the bottom? It's not just because somebody decided to call you names. It's not because somebody wanted to call you an Nigger. It's not just because somebody wanted to put you down or just label you a certain way. I mean, that has a lot to do with it, because if you accept what they say, then it does change your I would say it would change you genetically in a way. So it does matter if you accept everything they tell you that you are. It would really definitely change you genetically. But I want to talk about how having big egos and having the most in your shadow is not always about something that you did to somebody else. It's not always about something you've been through in your life. It could also be something that other people have placed in have put on you without you knowing it. Other baggage that people could have put on you without you even knowing it. If you are a person that people always want to find fault in everything you do, no matter how perfect you are, you could be doing. I'm not trying to say you should compare yourself to somebody else like it's a competition, but everybody observes, okay? Everybody's observant, just about, right? And so you notice that you might be doing a better job than maybe most of the people in your facility or in your that's in your particular area of practice. You notice that you probably getting the most work and you getting it done, and the people not getting about the third as much as you are and can't hardly get nothing done, but yet something's always wrong with you. Okay, this is a time where, back in the days, the old folks used to say, you prove to them you can do it. That's not how that works these days. You just can't keep proving stuff to people that want to dump on you. These people do not have the same mindset as the boomers had. You don't just keep proving to people that you can get the job done, because they don't care that you can get the job done. They don't care. They don't have those kind of ethics anymore. They do not have those kind of ethics. Okay? But also what's happening is it's really adding to the shadow. Those people are dumping their baggage on you. So like if you're somewhere, it could be a job. Job is just, it's just an example that a lot of people know of. There's lots of examples, but it happens in the family too. And you just see it seem like you can't do nothing right. You can't do nothing right. They always want to find fault. They always want to gossip about you. They always want to talk about you. Always want to put you down. In a way, and if you keep being around that kind of environment, being around those people and not doing anything to get that type of energy away from you or block that energy that they send in your way, if you never do anything about it, and especially if it gets to you, because if it gets to you, then it's already in you. If they get to you, and I'm not saying people should not get to you, but when they get to you, they do, especially when somebody's your boss or something, you can't help but for them to get to you, because they give you stuff when they expect you to do it, but they give you stuff that's almost impossible to do. And they're going to keep it. The more you show them you can do, the more they dump on you, because they want you to fail. In that kind of case, it's kind of hard for them not to get to you. And honestly, I would not keep a job like that. Nobody needs to keep jobs like that these days. Nobody needs to hold on to a job and allow somebody to keep dumping on them, and that person can just keep proving themselves. They don't have to do that, and that's ego anyway. You don't have to do that. To keep proving that you can get the job done is really just ego, because they know you can get the job done. They're doing it to you because they're jealous. They're doing it because they're jealous anyway, so they already know you can get the job done more than the other person, because they chose not to do nothing to them. They dumping on you because they really kind of jealous of you, of your talent. And they dump it. And that's not something I want to keep, because I don't owe that kind of company anything, and I don't have anything to prove. Only thing that you're proving is your ego, because you've already proven yourself time and time again anyway. There's nothing else to prove. There's nothing. You should be treated fairly. Okay? I know that's not really how the world is, but I mean, you can just, at this point in time, you don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. But I don't want to get too off track. The point I'm making is that that's them dumping that baggage on you, and they can't help but to get to you when they do that, okay? And then you might need something like that for a little while to get yourself back on track, okay? To get yourself back on top of your bills a little bit stable, right? So you might have to put up with that for a little while, and it's really hard for stuff like that not to get to you, because you got to get the job done within a certain time, and they do everything to make you fail, okay? But what those people do, though, they actually toxic, and they're adding to your shadow, and eventually that stuff is going to fester, it's going to grow. Even if you go somewhere, even if you leave, see, here's the thing with that. Even if you leave that job or whatever, it's still not, that type of stuff is not removed out your field or whatever, out your life. And you might have just forgot about it, but that what they did is still in you, even though you might have forgot about it. What they did is still in you. That's a part of you. That becomes a part of your shadow. That becomes a part of your shadow. But I want to talk about, I was talking about how brown people at the bottom, brown women especially at the bottom. It's not just about what you've been through. It's not just about molestation. It's not just about your family. You don't have the same. For me, I said before that with brown women being at the bottom is spiritual. I said that before. It's spiritual. That means the weight of the world is on brown women. I mean, it's spiritual. It's not just because somebody don't like you because of your complexion. It's not. If it's hard to believe, I want you to work on dissolving your ego. Work on dissolving your ego every day. Get to your true self, and you're going to probably see that you for the most part, you've probably been carrying the world, and that's what kept brown women at the bottom, because that's probably why a lot of them seem like they can't get their act together and stuff. But a lot of that, what you see brown women today, got to do with reprogramming in the music, I believe, in the culture. I believe the culture really has a lot to do with what you see a lot of brown people act today, has a lot to do with the culture changing, okay, the music and all that stuff. But still, you're carrying the weight of the world. If you're all the way at the bottom, if you're at the bottom, you're carrying the weight of the world on top of you, okay? You're carrying the weight. That means that your ego is bigger than everybody else's. That's what I'm saying. It's somebody else who might not have the weight of the world on them, okay? But they might seem to have a worse attitude. They might seem to be like all kinds of stuff. But actually, their ego is not necessarily bigger than a lot of brown women, because they're not the ones at the bottom, right? The ones at the bottom probably have that bigger ego, because they're carrying everybody's baggage. They're carrying everybody's baggage, so they have the biggest ego. So it's not about something that you did, okay? That's what I discovered in myself, working on myself. A lot of stuff that I'm taking out don't have anything to do with me. It's everybody else's garbage. It's everybody else's garbage. So all that stuff about do good and good come to you, I hate that stuff. That's a bunch of bullshit. If you're at the bottom, it's spiritual, and that means you are carrying the weight of the world on you without even knowing it, okay? And then you might have some brown women that do well, but they're still connected, okay? Really, everybody's connected, honestly. This is what people do. Everybody's connected. And you got the brown woman at the bottom like that, carrying the weight of the world. As long as she at the bottom, ain't nobody else really rising up like that. They're not. They put her at the bottom for a reason. They put brown women, especially brown American women especially, they put them at the bottom for a reason. Something that they know about brown American women. There's something that they know about the powers that a lot of brown American women have. Put them at the bottom. They're carrying the weight of the world on them. And that means they got the biggest egos. That's what makes him at the bottom. You're carrying everybody. You got all their baggage up in your shadow. You got all their baggage up in your shadow. You carrying them. I did a couple of videos saying they don't have to survive off of you. Don't let them survive off. They don't have to survive off of you. This world has been nasty. To maybe not all brown women, but this world has been nasty. This world has been nasty. Okay? I know brown women got their issues, but this world has been nasty. Okay, and I did do 2 videos say they don't need to survive off of you. They don't deserve to survive off of you. What brown women, a lot of brown women need to do. Some brown women are pure evil, and they just been evil no matter what. They were evil when they was in their highest power. Brown women might have been evil even at that point. Okay, when they were at their highest, when they were at their most powerful, they probably was been pretty evil. So, but what I'm saying is, I guess I can't blame them for being evil with this type of stuff going on. I don't think I can blame you too much, okay? Because that's probably how you maintain some kind of balance in your life with the way that this kind of world has been towards a lot of brown women. I mean, being evil could have helped out a lot, okay? But anyway, what I'm saying though, the point I'm saying is though, you don't have to. They don't need to survive off of you. They need to know who's been carrying them. This world needs to know who has been carrying them. Who has been carrying them? And if somebody want to keep saying, they said the brown woman ain't God. Well, actually, the brown woman is God because they need the brown woman to be at the bottom so everybody else can stay on top of her. They need the brown woman has been carrying the world this whole time. So even though she not acting like God, see, they seeing God. See, this thing about God, they only see God one way. They only see God as being something perfect. They only see God as being something that looks pleasing. People just see this concept of God one way. But I did an upload too about consciousness is low, and it's the reason why they need to keep black women consciousness low. What was the name of it? I forgot the name of it. But I played this in that video. I played this that music from The Purge, that siren sound, and I said I had a dream about that, and then that sound was going off, and then there was a brown woman's voice, really Vivica Fox voice I heard in my dream, said consciousness is going down, baby. And I said, why of all will I hear Vivica Fox? And I said, oh, because she's a brown woman. It's not about her. She's a brown woman. So it's the brown woman because she's at the bottom. Consciousness is going to go down because she's at the bottom. When she raised back up, everything else raised back up. You see what I'm saying? She's carrying everything. And if she can't rise up, ain't nothing else going up either. They might be going to different levels within the matrix of feeling comfortable, but they'll never completely rise up out. Never. You can't do that by holding the people that's carrying you all the way at the bottom. But see, I'm not a sweet person like that. I'm dumping everybody. I'm dumping everybody because I haven't been treated nice. I haven't been treated nice. I'm cutting off everybody. I don't care how that sounds. I'm not carrying the world. I'm cutting off everybody. And if I'm carrying other brown people, I'm cutting them off too. But I'm gonna tell you from what I've seen so far, I'm not really carrying a whole lot of brown women. I don't see one. When I work on myself, I see a lot of brown men. I'm not trying to be funny when I say that. And when I say I see a lot of brown men, I'm not just seeing any brown man. I'm seeing brown men that purposely are trying to make sure I don't rise up because they want to rise up. And in order for them to rise up and get on the throne, whatever, and this idea of their ascension in this matrix, this idea of their ascension, because I don't want to ascend the matrix way, okay? But in this idea of this is what I've been seeing now. I'm not trying to make it nothing. I don't care about no bashing. I don't give a darn about that. I haven't even been looking at YouTube stuff. But what I've seen is they making sure they stay on top of the brown woman's head. They want to control brown woman's crown because they want to get on the throne. And if they can't be on the throne, if brown women rise up, if they let brown women rise up and let them be free, then they don't get the chance to get on that throne like they want to. It's going to be the brown woman that's going to rise up, and they don't want that. I don't care. That's what I see every day. That's just what I see every single day. Okay, this is like in the mind's eye, it's what I see. Okay, third eye. That's what I see. I don't see it in person. I see it in third eye. Okay. But yeah, I'm dumping everybody. I'm not carrying nobody. You're not going to be nasty to me and I carry you in my hands. Fuck the world. And I do mean that, fuck the world. And it ain't got nothing to do with my heart. Ain't nothing wrong with my heart. I'm using the right heart when I say that. I don't have to carry this matrix. I don't have to carry duality. Because that ascension they trying to go up is in duality. I don't have to carry the ego. They trying to ascend the ego way. I don't have to carry that. That means you need to stay in your ego to hold on to them. I'm not going to hold on to an ego that's not even me so I can carry them. A lot of brown women are holding on to an ego that's not even them so they can carry the world. A lot of brown women need to release that fucking ego, shed their ego every single day, get back to them true selves and release the fucking world because the fucking world just been nasty. Just been nasty. Okay, but I gotta go. I just felt like saying that. I don't want to talk too long about that. And that's it. I'll talk later.